Señores, buenas noches. Mil gracias por acompañarnos el día de hoy. Ha sido un fin de semana bastante largo, bastante cansado. Venimos el viernes celebrar nuestro aniversario, como el primer aniversario de MyScentJourney como boutique física. Y después estuvimos sábado y domingo en MyScent en su tercera edición, que la verdad ha sido todo un éxito. Hemos tenido muchísima gente que les ha encantado, ¿no?, el evento. Y obviamente pues hoy concluimos con esta presentación de Atardecer, esta colaboración que hicimos con el maestro Christian Carbonnel para Navitus. Antes de empezar a hablar del perfume, hay algo que es muy interesante y creo que es algo que hemos siempre tratado de empujar. Este lugar se llama MyScentJourney, es un viaje olfativo. La idea de esto es más allá de ir a probar un perfume, lo compro y se acabó. Es apasionarte del tema de la perfumería y de lo que eso conlleva. Y obviamente, como todo el mundo lo sabe, el olfato es el 90% del sabor. Entonces, la mejor manera de poder disfrutar un perfume, pues también está en la boca. Y obviamente para mí, que soy apasionado de los alcoholes, pues claramente la coctelería, que hoy se le dice mixología, pues juega un papel muy importante. Y pues ya es la cuarta vez que mi tocayo, Lalo Moreno, está con nosotros y está haciendo algo que va empujando cada vez más esta aproximación entre la perfumería y la coctelería. De pasar de decir, bueno, mira, es un perfume cítrico, pues te doy Sprite, ¿no? Y se parece. A realmente tratar de hacer algo que asemeje en la perfumería. Entonces, yo ahorita le voy a dar chance a Lalo que nos platique de los cócteles que vamos a probar hoy. Y ya de ahí le daría paso al señor 𝗩𝗢𝗓, que es el dueño de Navitus, para que se los pueda presentar y hablemos del perfume en lo que Lalo prepara el cóctel específicamente de esta noche que se llama Atardecer.
A mí me emociona mucho poder tener el honor de hacer un cóctel alrededor de un perfume que hizo Eduardo de la mano de aquí del maestro Christian Carbonnel. Para mí es un sueño hecho realidad porque yo hace 3 años volteaba mi closet y decía, oye, como que me gustan los perfumes, ya tengo muchos, ¿no? Y bueno, y después uno ve a Eduardo y dice, no tengo nada, ¿no? Que claramente, ¿no? Que claramente uno se da cuenta que apenas está empezando. Yo agradezco. Después de esto viene Atardecer. Van a probar algo muy nuevo, muy diferente. Vamos a tener un perfume, vamos a tener un trago basado en el perfume que trae café Chiapas, que trae vainilla de Papantla, que trae brandy, que trae whisky, que trae un amargo de oud, que creo que eso es algo que aquí nadie ha probado.
Nadie.
Y esta es la primera vez que va a pasar. Nos encargamos de destilar.
Obviamente ahorita les voy a presentar y vamos a tener que hacer un cambio a inglés para que pueda presentarles a Mr. 𝗩𝗢𝗓, que es el dueño de Navitus. Mr. 𝗩𝗢𝗓, thank you for being here and thank you for the opportunity of doing a collaboration with you. Please tell us a bit about Atardecer.
Thank you, Eduardo. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here, guys. It's my first time to Mexico, and thank you for having me. And it's been an amazing 3 days where I've learned a lot as well, and there's so much passion in the community. So you've got an amazing community here, and congratulations for that. And the fragrance Atardecer, it's it started off as an idea with Eduardo and myself, and initially, as we were discussing a few days ago, when Eduardo told me about his idea, I kind of was extremely concerned because I was quite sure that this is very difficult to put together. Fortunately, we had Chris Carbonnel available for working on this, and he agreed to work on this. So thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
For this, because really I think there is nobody other than Chris that would make this happen in the way that it did, because really it turned out to be something extremely unexpected, something amazing, and really you have to experience this to really go behind on the inspiration that Eduardo had, which Chris put together. This has been an amazing project for Navitus. I think we've learned a lot from Eduardo and Chris in this project, and we hope all of you guys love it and also get to explore the other range which will be available soon at MyScentJourney.
Yes.
So thank you everyone, and we hope you guys will enjoy this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was one of the first YouTubers that I saw on Instagram talking about perfumes, and I was like, oh, you can do this. So I'm normal to collect perfumes. And you know, I really enjoy how you describe the perfumes. You are very methodical how you do your videos. You are very well versed. I don't know how to say it, but you speak very well, and I love it. So I think you are one of the pillars that I follow into my channel, and I would love to hear what you think about Atardecer.
Thank you, Eduardo. I appreciate it. So, funny story. I initially met Eduardo, I think it was 5 years ago.
Yes.
And we met at Scent Explore
Yes.
in New York.
Yes.
And it was right around the time when I was announcing the launch of Navitus Parfum.
Of course.
And Eduardo was actually the very first person to ever interview me
Yes.
for Navitus Parfum.
Yes.
And I remember people were approaching us left and right, like, have you brought the fragrances? Can we sample them? Can we try them? And I think I had only brought like 4 bottles with me. And Eduardo was one of the first to try the fragrances in the initial collection. So, you know, he's had the proverbial sneak peek. And it's interesting to see how, like, now we've come so far, and with Atardecer, and me having tried it for the first time about a week and a half ago, I remember spraying it on and thinking, wow, this is very strong, very bold, very charismatic, with the tobacco and the coffee and the 3 types of oud. And of course, the master Chris knows all the ingredients off the back of his head or hand, whatever the idiom is. But to be honest with you, I think it's a beautiful fragrance. It's expertly complex. It is very strong. It is very statement making, and it's one that I can see myself wearing, especially in the colder weather, and it has this element of formality about it. And as soon as I smelled it, I thought to myself, yeah, this is his style. This is definitely Eduardo's style, and I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Of course, with that being said, I'm going to pass it back to you,
Of course.
and then I can pass it back to Chris or whatever you want me to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Steven. Thank you for your kind words. I'm a very picky guy, and I want to be able to actually talk to somebody that I know, that he knows what I like, and maybe, you know, be able just to do something more than a brief every 5 or 15 days. So, of course, I always thought about Chris. And because, of course, my perfume has a lot of oud, and the master of oud is Chris Carbonnel. So, Chris, I know you hate to talk, but a few words.
Eso es mentira, no me escogiste, empezaste a
Bueno, es cierto, es cierto.
El único que estaba disponible al final de la lista era yo.
Lo que pasa es que François Machy no podía, entonces fue como, Francis Kurdiyan tampoco estaba, Jorge Lee tampoco. Platícanos cómo fue tu experiencia hacer Atardecer.
Bueno, me mandaste el brief y después de haber hablado con Hayani, la verdad era para cogerlo con pinzas. Ya era un montón de ingredientes, de comentarios que querías, y la verdad pues dije, bueno, pues un reto interesante. Sabiendo tus gustos, pues bueno, ya sabía que tenía que ser un perfume, pues como lo ha explicado Steven, que tiene un carácter presencial, con mucho cuerpo, con mucha galleta. Sabiendo que te gusta pues tanto el oud, pues dije, bueno, pues vamos a ver eso. Luego pues, estaba lo de los ingredientes que querías de aquí, luego pues incluso me acuerdo que me dijiste, bueno, aparte del nardo, quiero también la jacaranda, entonces me tuve que ir
Oler una jacaranda.
a jacaranda en Brasil, y mira, la he encontrado, vamos a olerla.
Claro.
Abrazado ahí, digo, bien, sí, ya huele, y digo, bueno, huele a cedro, vamos a dar eso por válido.
Claro.
Y luego pues luego la etapa de composición contigo fue bastante larga.
Sí, fue larga.
Complicada. Aquí creo que fueron 2 veces en tu casa con Ana.
Sí.
Y bueno, añadimos.
Sí, nos trajeron un poco, la primera vez nos trajeron 5 maquetas, de ahí hubo una revisión de la cual salieron como 10 maquetas más. De ahí hubo una versión con varias iteraciones y hubo otra revisión más. Entonces sí.
La última revisión aquí fueron 9, creo.
Fueron 9, sí.
9, nos pasamos creo que casi 6 horas otra vez.
Sí, sí, sí.
Y al final te dije que hasta aquí habíamos llegado. Bueno, fue Ana que te puso freno, porque si no hubiéramos seguido otras 10 más.
Creo que seguiríamos trabajando.
Sí, esto no
de
hubiéramos
acuerdo,
llegado.
de acuerdo, de acuerdo.
Pero bueno, pero nada interesante. Además, bueno, es lo de los ingredientes y sobre todo pues las cantidades de naturales que lleva. No sé si ahora, no sé si eran 14 o 16 naturales. Aparte, una fórmula muy larga porque muchas bases internas y bueno, las calidades de uds, las calidades, bueno, el humo, todo lo que da este perfume, la verdad. Ingredientes muy calitativos que luego a Jallan le dio un infarto cuando vio el precio.
Sí, exactamente.
About the price.
About the price. We're talking about the price.
You got a heart attack.
This was one of the most expensive Navitus.
No, the most, no. One of the most, no. The most.
I do remember Chris told me, you know, I have a formula. I'm going to meet Jallan in Dubai, and I'm going to show it to him, but I have to warn you. It's too expensive. So he has to cut some things. So you like that oud? It's not gonna happen. Maybe Cipriol, something like that. And I was like, okay, let's see what happens. So I was eagerly waiting. And then he WhatsApped me like, he liked it.
¿Quieres que se lo probó?
But he was very surprised, like, yes, I think he liked it. I think he's going for it. And I was like, really? Okay, perfect. Is it happening? Wait. And then it was like, yeah, I think it's happening. And I was like, what? So yeah, right now we have a very, very exclusive formula, very complicated formula. Very different to what Navitus normally does because they do things amazingly. And this is something more, I don't want to say niche, but it's to a different character of your normal audience
and
more complex. So I'm very, 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 very thankful that you took this leap of faith with this project because I know it's out of what you normally do. So thank you. And well, just to wrap things up, I'm going to explain a bit about the notes and we're going to smell it, okay? The idea was to actually do a perfume with Mexican notes. So my first idea was always try to do something with Mexican notes. And if you think about Mexico, of course, you will think about some things like, for example, I thought, okay, I love tobacco. Okay, Veracruz does very good tobacco. And San Andres. I love coffee. Okay, Chiapas does an amazing coffee. And we cannot stress enough about the vanilla from Papantla. So I was like, okay, I think we have a combo there that it could work. And there's a flower that I love. It's complicated because normally it's more into the feminine side of perfumery, which is tuberose, nardo in Mexico. So I was like, I love that that flower. I want to include it. So let's put this flower against this kind of very dark materials and see what happens. And one of the principal notes here is wet stone, wet earth, like you are in a cavern. So it's very earthy. And without further ado, you know, I would love for you two guys to try it. And but first of all, thank you for being here. I know some of you already bought it, and I hope it's what you expected. And if not, well, there's no refund. So please, an applause to Mr. Jallan, to Steven, and to Chris Carbonnel. En lo que esperamos el cóctel, vamos a ir oliendo el perfume. ¿Les parece? Sí. Venga. Por cierto, ese atomizador no tiene madre. ¿Se los puedo repartir por ahí?